Hey guys, and welcome to Wild Camp Now. Today we're still in lockdown and I'm just doing a bit of kit repair. So today we're going to repair some air mats that have holes in them. A couple of the air mats are just old ones we have for when people come to visit or we use in the garden, and they actually went down not in use, so it was quite lucky, so it was. And then my brother's one here as well, I've got his as well, and his actually went down in use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all find the hole for them, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how you can repair it just at home, how you find the hole, repair it at home, and also another way to actually repair it when you're out camping, which will allow you to get back onto using it straight away. So the first thing to do is pump up the air mat and try and find the holes. If you're lucky, you'll be able to hear it if it's a big hole or it's been a tear or a puncture, and you'll be able to find the hole pretty quickly. If it's a seam failure or a small slow puncture, it could be harder to find. That's one of the downsides of actually air mats when you go out camping, in my opinion, is if you get a puncture out camping, you could be on the ground. So it's always a consideration to make, so it is when having an air mat, as I say. So what we'll do is now we're going to see if we can find these air holes. We have 3 mats, as I said, to look at. I know where one of the holes is. This one here has a leaky seam at the valve, so it might be hard to repair. I'll take a look and see. And the other 2 we haven't found the holes yet, so I'll go and find them holes first of all. Hopefully I'll find them pretty quickly, and if you can't find them by just sound or feel, the other option is water. So obviously just pour some water over it and you'll see bubbles, and that's the main bit behind it, similar to a bike tyre. Okay, so I'll come back when I find these holes. Okay, listen here guys, we couldn't find the hole even with the hole outside in the garden, so we brought it up to the bathroom, and it actually seems to be seam failure. If you notice here, you put it on pressure in the water, I don't know if you can see there, it bubbles several places along several seams. It's not just one hole from one place, it seems to be the actual seams are failing, and to our knowledge we can't repair that, so we can't, so it's a scrapped air mat for us. But if you think there is a way to repair it, or we're not diagnosing it properly, please leave a note in the comments and we'll get back to you. It seems to be all along the seams, they bubble all the way along this seam, this seam, this seam. It seems to be the top quarter, to be honest, more so here, but once the pressure gets down in the air mat, the bubbles seem to be less frequent and it's harder to find, so we have to pump up fully rock solid and then find them. So to our knowledge, there's no point in seam sealing that, or no point in repairing it, because it could be any seam, so there'll be no confidence in it. So we'll go downstairs and we'll fix the other ones. Okay guys, as you can see here, this is the air mat. It's got a small pinhole puncture at the seam, which means the mat goes down slowly overnight. It never actually fully deflates, but because it's got foam in it, but it's still enough to make the mat not as functional. This is a large mat we only use at home, but still. So as you can see here, we found the hole here. Okay, this one here was slightly easier to find. So it was, I don't know if you can see in the camera or not, but I've put a chalk line around it so it's hard to see. But there's a small tear in the material. That obviously is, this one actually going to deflate very fast. It does. The other one was a bit more of a slow puncture, and the other one, as you've seen, was a catastrophic failure, and don't think we can fix it, but let us know. So this one here, I didn't have to use water on, so I was able to find it just by the damage. This is the best case scenario when you're out camping, is something that's on a nice flat surface that is clear damage, because that means you can get a nice clean patch over this if you can with the glue, and it'll allow you to get back to use it straight away. The other ones being on the seams, they're harder to patch with patches, and the glue is nearly required. Well, it's not impossible, but it's harder because obviously it's angled, it changes angle. So this here's an abrasion damage on either side is probably better than a seam failure or a seam cut. So what we'll do now is I'll go and show you how I'd repair them at home, which is quite straightforward, and then another wee quick tip that you can probably use if you find yourself with an airbed damaged when you're camping. Okay, so these are the tools that I use and I carry for my repairs. So it's a company called Magnet. Well, it's actually called Gearaid now, but it used to be called Magnet, and they make really good tent and camping supplies for glues and repair kits. So there's 2 things I use. If it's doing it at home, I just use the glue on its own because it's not going to be under pressure, so I can put the glue on, just leave it to dry, and it'll create a barrier that's waterproof and durable and flexible. It's perfect. But if you put the glue on when it's wet and you lie on it, it's going to bubble through, it's not going to work, and you can stick to it and stuff. So another product in mix called tenacious tape. It's like a clear Gorilla Tape. It's pretty sticky, and you could, in theory, use it on its own. And like it's basically here, for instance, on this here, nice, flat, smooth. The tape alone would be enough to repair this. A bit like if you want to use, like, obviously Gorilla Tape, which is a common one, you put a bit of Gorilla Tape around the pencil and carry it with you. But I don't carry Gorilla Tape anymore, so because I carry tenacious tape. It's the same idea, but it's just see-through. This would, on its own, repair. So this would be used if you want to do it from home. You weren't going to lie in the bed that night. This could be used in a pinch, in an emergency on its own. It's waterproof and it's super strong. But when you combine the two together, it gives you a really durable repair that you can lie on straight away, and over the next couple of days it'll cure the same sealer, the same grip, and give you a permanent bond that will not break. So I'm going to move these to one side now and I'm going to show you. I carry these actually in my possible pouch. This is actually the tenacious tape. It's just a roll in a waterproof pouch. It's just a roll of clear tape, as you can see here. Just this is the correct size, and you stick a patch on. And then I've taken out a small one of the tubes, and I just carry the waterproof pouch to do here in my possible pouch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to prepare the area and repair it here. So I'm with the idea of repairing if I was going to use it straight away. The other one, which is on the same, I'll just repair with the glue and let it dry normally. So okay. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wee bit of my tenacious tape, just cut a square of it out about the size of the damaged area, oversized. So this cut's quite small, it's only about 5mm in length. It's a slash, a lateral slash. So I'm going to cut it about the size of this here grey area, and then I'm going to put the glue slightly over this area and then stick it down, a bit like a puncture repair on a bike. So it's I'm going to get out the scissors here. I'm just going to cut a patch about that size. It doesn't have to be exact, as long as it's larger than the area. The larger it is, the better. So just going to move this stuff to one side, should leave the patch. Move these scissors away, shouldn't need it anymore. You probably noticed in the original packaging that it came with a little brush. I don't carry a little brush when I go out camping. It's really handy so to brush on the glue, especially if it's along the seam. So it was, because it's nice and flat, I should be able to just get a bit of sticks. I should be able to, and spread out a bit of sticks. It should be, hopefully it's not too much contamination, so it's not, the seam's pretty clean. So the downside of these glues is I usually buy it in a massive, large container, especially if it's going to do seam sealing on a tent or repair something larger. But the problem is, despite what they say, it doesn't keep. Once you open it, it dries up. You can put tinfoil around the things off. If any of you guys have found any ways to make it last longer, let me know, because I always buy the small ones now for that reason, because once you use them, you can't be guaranteed next time you go to use it again it's not solid the whole way through. I say I've used tinfoil around the thing and I've kept them in the freezer as they guide, but they don't last. So I'll use this here for these 3 damaged now, and I might even use some on part of my lavabo. So, like a bike repair, just put on some glue. This is actually sticky in its own right, so it doesn't need the glue. It's just this, as I said, it's the combination to give you a permanent repair. So, the idea is it's very, very sticky. Spread it out past the area you want to patch, a bit like a bike repair, as I say. You have to wait for it to go taggy. It's not a rubber adhesive like the bike. Take the backing of this here, you'll see it here, it's actually see-through. It's totally clear. So, I don't know if you can see there or not, but the repair is totally, oh, it's really, really sticky. So you find where the centre of your hole is. You just center it over and just take out all the air bubbles. The more air bubbles you get, the better, obviously. Like so. So that's still tacky, but because you've used a combination of the glue and the tenacious tape, give it an hour or so and it should be good. This extra stuff, the tackiest around here, what you can do is you can just get a bit of chalk, or if you really want to, dirt, and you can rub it over it, and that gives you it takes the tack sticking stuff so you don't stick to it. So that's how I repair these damaged areas, and hopefully when that dries it'll be good as new. I just put some glue on the damaged part of this here, so just surround it there, the actual same to the glue, no patch, and that'll harden in like a rubber and it'll be perfectly fine. So it'll be, and again this in here you can see now it's starting to go tacky, right? So it is because it's a thin layer. This in here, if you lay on it, it'll probably bubble through. This in here, because you got the patch on it, should last longer. So hopefully you find that enjoyable today, and if you have any comments or any tips that we're making wrong, please let us know, especially when it comes to this one here, which we think is a catastrophic failure of the seams. Please let us know. Hope you enjoyed.